Welcome to the Influence and Inspire podcast, episode 15. And I'm delighted to say my guest today is Mahawa Kamara, creative director and founder of Soapconnoisseur. Welcome, Mahawa.
Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, good. Yeah, glad you could join me. So Mahawa, sorry, how are you today, by the way?
I'm I'm very well, thank you. I'm fine. Just getting used to the weather getting cold again, and being bipolar. But apart from that, everything's great. Yes.
Okay, I didn't know you were bipolar.
No, I'm not bipolar. The weather. Bipolar.
All right, okay. Because I thought I'd done my research in that, and I didn't know that. But that's good. Just the weather's bipolar. Excellent. Okay, let me start off. So, Soap Connoisseur provide a certain product. So, can you just tell me what kind of products you provide?
Yeah. So Soapconnoisseur, we really specialize in providing personal care products, such as soaps, body scrubs, body butters, bathing so bathing things around bathing products, personal care products, things, facial products. So anything you're going to use in terms of taking care of your personal care is
Okay,
really what we specialize in creating. Of course, our main focus is the bathing sector,
okay,
things, soaps and body scrubs, but we go into other areas as well. So really, we're here to help provide products for your personal care. I would say that's our main focus.
okay. So mainly bathing products at the moment.
Yes.
All right. So in terms of setting up Soap Connoisseur, what was it that inspired you or motivated you to set up Soap Connoisseur?
Um. Well, I really got the idea for it about 4 years ago after having my daughter. After I gave birth to my daughter, I
Mm-hmm.
was at home on maternity leave. Didn't actually have a job to go back to as my contract had ended from
Okay.
my previous job. My daughter also had issues with her skin, not nothing severe, but of course, I was going to the GP to get help with this problem on her skin. So what it really was finding that need, that I could actually make soap, as I was really looking for a solution to bath my daughter with.
Mm-hmm.
And so I came across soap making, and I realized that actually you can make soap with a lot of oils and butters and things that were a lot friendlier
Okay.
than obviously what we had been using. And so I guess having that need and not having a job to essentially go back to, because I didn't have a job. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess used the two, and out of it I created sort of this job for myself, or created a job in that process. So that's really how it started. I was really just looking to make soap for my little girl.
Right. Okay.
And so that's how I started this journey of going into soap making and product making and really organic products, and understanding how products are made and what it means to call a product natural or organic, and all
Okay.
that stuff. So yeah.
Okay. So, when you first started making soap, um, you've just explained how and why you first started making soap, and how did you know that your soaps were going to be good enough to sell?
I think the first time I knew they would be good was actually the first time I tried it, because
Mm-hmm.
see, in sort of in natural soap, or natural products, or with natural soap making,
Mm-hmm.
soaps go through a process called curing,
Okay.
which is a 4 to 6 weeks process. So actually, even though if I make the soap today, it's actually not ready to use for the next 4 to 6 weeks.
All right.
And so I remember waiting for 4 weeks, which is a month technically.
Yeah.
And I remember just bathing, and when it was ready, I bathed with it, and it worked.
Yeah.
It bubbled up,
Mm-hmm.
it did everything a soap was supposed to do, and it didn't dry out my skin.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew I had a product. And then I just came to the conclusion that everyone needed to bath.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that was really the first sort of confidence I had in the product, was me using it on my daughter, of course.
Mm-hmm.
She then it actually working on her skin, and then I started giving it out to friends and family. And I had a friend who actually had eczema
Okay.
on her skin, and she tried it, and
Mm-hmm.
actually came back. It was her feedback that actually sort of gave me, I guess, that final push.
Yeah.
That she said, "Oh, the soap actually helped her eczema," and I said, "How?" And she started explaining to me, because of how eczema is quite drying on the skin.
Mm-hmm.
So the soap didn't actually dry out her skin, and so that was what gave me the actual push. And I think those were some of the things that was when I actually knew that there was something in that product that actually helped people's skin.
Mm.
Beyond just the scope of me and my family, but also once I started giving it out, I knew that there was something in the product that helped people's skin. And of course, that spelled me to do more research in terms of ingredients. So I started really understanding what ingredients are and what type of ingredients I could use to make up a product such as soap or a body butter to then help people's skin. So I would say that's how I know, that's how I knew the product was going to work and was going to help people. So yeah.
Okay, so how long did it take from the day you started making soap, the day you experimented and said, you know what, I think I'm going to try and make soap today, till when you decided to launch as a business? What was the time period?
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, it took 2 years because it took about 2 years. Obviously, we've got personal things that come up in the process as well.
Yep.
I actually had to learn the process of actually soap making. So, I went through just making soap and actually learning how to make products, understanding ingredients, researching ingredients. Which I still do up to this day. I don't think it's something you ever really stop doing. So I think it takes about probably 2 years. It took me about 2 years from when I sort of discovered the idea to when I actually launched the idea. So I would say 2 years.
Okay, so, and just in those 2 years, was there any point, would you have said that you could have launched after a year, 6 months? Do you think you could have launched any earlier? And just because I'm trying to think, all right, so you've done the soap making, you've mastered the soap making, and then you decide you're going to launch it. But 2 years is still a long time. So was there anything else holding you back from launching? And not just discounting whatever personal stuff might have happened at that time. I suppose what I'm actually trying to get at is, was there a confidence issue about launching and going live as a business?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not in the beginning, no. Not at all. It's interesting. In the beginning, I was like, this product is gonna work. So at all. Part of it was personal decisions in terms of I was still a mom. I am a mom. But I was a new mom, so I had that to sort of consider. I had a growing child, a baby. So I guess the speed I would have loved to move at in the beginning, I wasn't able to, just because I was a new mother, and I had all those things to deal with. I had a breakdown in my relationship as well. So there were a lot of personal factors that came in, unfortunately.
Oh, right, okay.
That dictated the length of that time. I was living in Birmingham actually at the time, and I ended up moving back to London. So there are all these transitions that happened. But once I got into London, I knew, and I got myself settled. I knew I wanted to pick up the idea, and I was actually on income support. So I was actually going to the job center when my advisor actually asked me, do you wanna? Not that I couldn't get a job, because my issue wasn't getting a job, because I knew I could get a job. I guess I just didn't know how to get a job and have a family and take care of my little girl, and all these things that you think about. And I just remember her asking me, do you have a business idea? And I said, yes, I do. I'm making soap, and that was just how it sort of really. And then once I'd said that, she put me on a course. She helped me get, understanding about entrepreneurship and what it means to run your own business. And once I did that, the rest of it just sort of, what's the word? Fell into place.
So
no, I wouldn't say I could have started earlier. Probably, but I think I started at the right time.
No, sounds like it. And just to go back to the job centre, so you're saying that the lady you spoke to at the job centre actually got you onto a course?
Yeah, so what it was I was on income support at the time, when I discovered my idea, or whatever it was. And so my advisor, she asked me, did I have an idea, or did I have something else? I guess that I wanted to do, because I think she could see that going back into social work, my background's in social work,
Yeah.
was a little bit difficult in terms of being a new mom
Mm-hmm.
and how that would play itself out. And so I told her I did, and so they were offering. I don't know if they still offer it now, but they were offering. It's called sort of. It's almost like an access into entrepreneurship
Oh,
course. Developing your enterprise course.
yeah.
Sorry, that's what it's called. Yeah. And so I told her to put me down for it because I just thought it's what's the worst that can happen.
Yeah.
It's similar to what the Princess Trust offers.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Offers something similar as that
Mm-hmm.
as well, which is like a 4 day, sort of like a 1 week intense course of like entrepreneurship,
Mm-hmm.
help. Yeah, so it's called Developing Your Enterprise course, and so
Right.
she put me on there, and that was how I got my start
Okay.
in entrepreneurship. Yeah,
All right. That's good. That's good.
yeah. So she was a good advisor, I must say. Yeah.
Yes. So back to your product. I mean, all your products are made with natural and organic ingredients.
Yeah.
And what are some of the ingredients you use to make your products?
So our core ingredients is with our soaps so we use shea butter.
Mm-hmm.
We love coconut oil. We love our olive oil.
Yeah.
We are going into different oils like macadamia nut oil,
Mm-hmm.
peach kernel. We're developing a body butter that uses mango butter, cocoa butter.
Mm-hmm.
So sort of and then obviously of course your essential oils such as your lavender, your lemongrass, things that are natural. We do use some fragrance oils, but not too much. So we use a mixture of different ingredients. So those are probably some of our core key ingredients that we use in our products.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And all natural.
Yes, they're all natural. Yeah.
Okay. And if I just go back slightly, actually, when you said you taught yourself how to make soap. How easy was it to find information on making soap?
I think I didn't know it existed. I still remember clicking that button at 2 a.m. in the morning
Mm-hmm.
and discovering this world of like soap making. There's a ton of information. Oh, of course, with the internet, there's
Yeah.
a ton of information out there. Like it was like I was amazed. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh my god, like what is this? This is like an industry. It exists. Yes, it does. Obviously, a lot of the information came from the States, as
All right. Yeah.
it does sometimes. It is in the UK. I find it's very quieter in the UK. No
Mm-hmm.
one's really talking about it, or if they are, it's a very small community. Whereas like in the UK, like it's a business, it's an industry. You've
In
got
the
people
US.
that,
Yeah.
jobs around it. You've got coaches, you've got people who are consultants, just to help you start your own soap making business. So a lot of the information I get is still from the States, the
Mm-hmm.
US.
Yeah.
And there's still some here, but I find, of course, with the UK, I feel like, sometimes when it comes to sharing information, we're very guarded about it and things like that. But there are soap makers in the UK as well.
Mm.
Um, and it's a very, very big movement. So, yeah. So, in terms of finding information, there's a lot of information.
Yeah.
Able to find lots and lots of information about it. Yeah.
Okay. So Mahawa, you are a qualified social worker.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not doing that work anymore. Um, do you miss that social work, or is this? Do you miss the interactions? I should say.
Um, That's a really good question. I do miss some parts of it, I
Mm-hmm.
must say. Of course, in terms of, the impact you're able to make
Yeah.
and what it's able to do in people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
I do miss that side of social work. I think I'll always miss it.
Yeah.
But what I did do was I did take the skills I had from social work,
Mm-hmm.
that I developed as a social worker, and I just brought them into my business. So I always like to think of transferable skills.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as a social worker, I worked with children, I worked with disabled people, I
Mm-hmm.
worked with families. So I had to really learn how to, you need to know how to communicate as a social worker.
Yeah.
So I feel that was a skill I brought into my business. I had you have a caseload, so you have to really be organized as a social worker.
Yeah.
And of course, that's something you have to have in business. You need to be organized in your
Mm-hmm.
business and things like that. So yes, I miss it, but at the same time, I don't miss it
Yeah.
because I I didn't go back to it, you know.
No.
So I miss the interaction and things like that. But I think running my own business, I still get interaction. I still get to put my skills to work that I've developed as a social worker. It's just that I'm now running my own business. So,
Yeah. And you sound like you're enjoying it as well. Yeah, it's good. At the moment, you're currently training to be a beauty specialist as well.
yeah, let me stick that down actually because I have finished that off now.
And you finished that off.
Yeah.
So what I was going to ask is, how will it benefit Soapconnoisseur? So I'll ask, how does it benefit Soapconnoisseur now that you're now a qualified beauty specialist?
Yeah, so what the idea was behind the beauty sort of specialist course was I realized that I needed more in terms of knowledge and information.
Yeah.
So what that course did, or what it has done for Soapconnoisseur and us as a business, what it did allow us to do was to be able to really explain to people the importance of their skin, their skin type. When I was speaking to people, I found out a lot of people didn't actually understand what their skin type was or why they needed to know about their skin type, which means that they were very misguided about their skincare in general. So what that made me do was I was able to then link ingredients to particular skin type. So if you told me you had oily skin, I could tell you what ingredient to use for that skin type. So I was able to create products that were a lot more personal to the individual skin type than just a generic product.
Yeah.
So that was how that course was able to influence the decision or really impact the growth of the business. Because it is a skincare product. You are putting it on your skin. You want to take care of it. You want to clean your skin at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And realize that people wanted something that you could say, oh, you've got oily skin. Well, actually, we've got a soap just for oily skin that we've taken time to really think about the ingredients that are going to go into them. And these ingredients are proven ingredients for that particular skin type. So that was the link, and that was how we used it. Yeah, for our business.
So one of the services you provide then is looking at people's skin and prescribing the right type of soaps for them, their actual type of skin?
Yeah, so we do, so occasionally I do skincare consultations. If someone's struggling with their skin or they're not sure what's going on, I do skincare consultations. Not so much anymore. I did them quite heavily in the beginning of the year. Not so much anymore. We also offer sometimes facials. So if you really want to get like an in-depth cleaning of your skin, or something just happening that you're not sure, we offer that as well. So those are some of the services that we're able to really offer.
Okay. Earlier on in the interview, you mentioned your friend who had eczema trying your soap, and it seemed to work well for her. Have you thought about expanding that and actually producing soap for people with skin conditions generally?
Yes, so we did think about that actually, and we did create soaps. Just so our soaps, I guess our sort of next range of soaps that are coming out are tailored to to particular skin types. So soaps for dry skin, oily skin, eczema, broken skin, people with psoriasis. So we've decided to tailor our products really, really specifically instead of just being a soap. You understand? So you say, okay, well, I know I've got a bit of eczema, or I know somebody with eczema, so this is a soap for me or for that person. So we did tailor the products to those particular skin problems that people were experiencing.
Yeah. And are those products out now that people can purchase?
They are out, and they're not out.
All right. Okay.
Explain. So we're doing a mini I call it rebrand. We're not really rebranding. We're just sort of we just decided to clean up our brand, clean up what we're offering, and just really make really have it stand out, in the market and things like that. So we're redoing our website. So we're launching our website on the 23rd of this month.
Yeah.
So everything's available. If it's something that someone really, really needs, you can always message us through our social media, and we'll get back to you. So if you really need like a product now, we do have products available, but we are relaunching on the 23rd of October, so they are available.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did notice when I went to your website that it was down.
Yeah.
And I've been to it before, and it was up the last time I went.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
it,
So we
so.
had to break it down just to fix it up, clean it up, clean our image,
Mm-hmm.
really get clear about our brand, what we're offering, who we're offering it to as well.
Yeah.
So we just needed to do, you have to do those exercises to kind of know, okay, what is it I'm actually offering and who's am I actually offering it to,
Yeah.
and just to get really clear about our branding and our marketing and our story. So yeah, we decided to do some of that exercise. So yeah, but our website will be back up on the 23rd of October. So like,
Good. That's just in time for Dove's downfall following their advert.
Yeah, I know.
So good timing. Good timing.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we want to purchase your products currently, you're saying the best way of doing that for now is through your social media.
Yeah, so everything's on our Instagram, our Facebook, and our Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
If you direct message me or or the team will definitely get back to you. And like I said, our website is going to be back up in a week,
Mm-hmm.
so you can order directly from the website. No, there'll be no problems.
So, and just run through your social media. I'll add it to the show notes as well, but just run through it for me, please.
So we've got Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and it's all the same handle, the Soapconnoisseur.
The Soapconnoisseur.
The Soapconnoisseur,
Okay.
yes. Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Okay. Mahawa, that brings us to the end of the interview. Thank you for your time, and thank you for sharing what you are doing with Soapconnoisseur. And hopefully, once the website's back up, you'll have a lot of visitors coming to check out your new soaps, etc.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem.
Okay.
All right, thanks for your time. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Influence and Inspire podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. See you next week.